Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. We have 3 out of our last 4 drafts being trophies and 4 total trophies in the format so far in maybe 12 or 13 drafts. Doing pretty well, looking to continue it with today's Pack 1 Pick 1. Luca Bound to Ruin. I have yet to play with or against this card, but it is in the best color pair. I don't even know what it does, but it's a Mythic Rare Planeswalker, and that's what we're taking. Let's see, 5 mana, 5 loyalty, +1. Cast creatures, activate abilities. You can make a 3/3 with Toxic 1, and then actually you can ultimate immediately when it comes in. X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures, planeswalkers, X's greatest power. Okay, yeah, this is great. We're taking Luca, and not really looking back on that one. Okay, now the best card in this pack by a lot is Annex Sentry. The question is, do we sacrifice power and take something like Chimney Rabble instead? Because Chimney Rabble is still a good card in red. And I think those are the 2 cards this is between here. I think that Annex Sentry is too powerful. But Luca is also just busted, right? So this is a tough one here. If we take Chimney Rabble, we can put our neighbor into white and then potentially get hooked up with some red in pack 2. I'd like to hold on to the Luca as much as I can because this card is outstanding. But Annex Sentry is also so good. I would not at all fault you for taking Annex Sentry here. I think I'm going to take the Chimney Rabble. That's a really tough pick though. Really tough one, for sure. And now there's some more decent white. There's a Hexgold Hoverwings. Indoctrination Attendant is like not bad. I haven't been a fan of Forge Hammer Centurion. Branchblight Stalker is like fine as a 2-drop. Not great, especially in green-red. We don't have to be exactly green-red. We could splash one of these green or red. The best card in this pack by a lot is the Hoverwings, and now I wish I would have taken Annex Sentry, but that's hindsight. Branchblight Stalker, not a bad option here too, but Hexgold Hoverwings is the best card in this pack by a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. And now there's a Duelist of Deep Faith. Really regretting the Annex Sentry pack, or pick, but I mean, you know, you do what you got to do in the moment. There's a Titanic Growth, which would be fine. There's a Thrill of Possibility, which would be fine. There's a Prism and an Atlas as well if we wanted to splash the Luca. But there's a Duelist of Deep Faith, and it's a great 2-drop. And now there's another one. Man, do I wish I had the Annex Sentry. There's a Terramorphic Expanse. We're looking at this point to be white, maybe green or white-red splashing Luca, which is fine. But I'm just going to keep taking the good 2-drops while they come here. Chimney Rabble pick 6 is pretty good. There have been a Prophetic Prism in I think every single pack so far. We could be splashing everywhere we want. Maybe one of them wheels and then we're able to kind of play it anyway and find that as a splash. So taking Chimney Rabble here. Evolving Adaptive pick 7. What are you taking 6 picks over Evolving Adaptive? That's wild to me. Okay, well, I'm just going to take the best card in that pack. Some decent cards here. Trawler Drake good in some decks. Probably not going to be in whatever deck we end up in. But Free from Flesh is probably a playable card for us. Battle Chair, I don't think so. Atrocity, I don't think so. We're not looking to go down blue, and Aspirant, probably not. So I'm just going to take the Combat Trick here. White is still coming. This is the wheel. 3 white cards made it back, along with the Sawblade Scamp. I guess the question is, are we more likely to be white something? We're like very much Naya right now. I would love some of that fixing to come back around, but yeah, I could take Sawblade Scamp there. That's very possible. That's correct. I mean, this is kind of fixing. Search your library for a basic land, put it in your hand, reveal, then shuffle. Yeah, I guess I'll take that. Centurion came all the way back around. We're not playing anything else here. Atlas is some fixing, and Thrill of Possibility is not the end of the world to run, but I mean, I don't know what exact direction we're going, but the Atlas could help us a little bit potentially. I'll just cut the only red card here. Don't care too much particularly. Well, as we get into pack 2 here, if you are new to the channel and not yet subscribed, and you are still here, clearly you're enjoying something. So go ahead and drop a subscription to the channel. Would mean a ton if you wouldn't mind doing so. We are on the race to 1,000 subscribers, and until we get there, YouTube will not let me monetize anything. So if you think I'm doing good work here, I deserve to be compensated for the work that I do. A quick subscription goes the longest way. If you saw ads before this video, YouTube is making 100% of the money off of that, and I am getting this much. So quick consideration would be awesome here. This is a very stacked pack, and I have no idea what to do here. Cankerbloom, Contagious Vorak, Planar Disruption, Bladed Ambassador, Skrelv. Wow. Gosh. Probably Skrelv? Man, I really don't know. This is just a generically good card. Maybe one of these makes it way back. Boy, are those some good cards in that pack. Really don't know exactly what the correct pick is there. And then we get a pack with nothing in it. There is an Exuberant Fuseling, though. And this card is pretty good. And I think we're looking to be probably red-white. This draft is looking kind of strange. Okay, so there's Evangelist, which is good, but not for us. There's a Flensing Raptor, which is very good with Duelist of Deep Faith, but I don't know how good with the rest of our deck. A random Furnace Strider probably seems better than a Flensing Raptor. That could be wrong with double Duelist here. And if we do find some Dune Movers, that could help our mana base a little bit. I'm thinking I'm red-white splashing Luca right now. I'm actually going to take the Raptor with the hope of finding some Dune Movers at some point. Terramorphic Expanse, probably going to be the pick here. I mean, maybe we can let our mana base be good enough to run 3 colors here. But that could be a little bit of a sketch. Let's go ahead and take the Terramorphic Expanse to help shore up this this splash. Because Luca is powerful enough to splash. Now we have a Furnace Strider and Axiom Engraver. I think it's between these two here. Usually lean towards the 2-drop. Probably not running these. I mean, we have double Chimney Rabble that's pulling us toward red. There's some Furnace Striders that could come back around, which is why I'm going to go ahead and take the Axiom Engraver here. Now there's a Hexgold Halberd, Incisor Glider, Sawblade Scamp, Sinew Dancer. There's some things for us. We'll go ahead and take the Halberd. And I think basically lock in red-white here. Yeah, another Chimney Rabble. No green, so yeah, I think red-white is probably where we're supposed to be. Hexgold Halberd number 2. There is an Aspirant here, but I think Hexgold Halberd as a 2-drop is going to be good for us. Incisor Glider, not bad. No green still, so I think we're doing correct here by taking what we're taking. So the Furnace Strider did come back in wheel, so we'll go ahead and take our first Furnace Strider here. I don't think we're playing anything in this pack, so I'll just cut white. We do have the Atlas, but ideally we're not splashing off of that. I'd like to splash off of maybe a Dune Mover and a Terramorphic Expanse. That seems fine. And really hoping we can get some Dune Movers in pack 3. That would be great. Not really a fan of Forge Hammer here. Everything else seems okay. Not playing any of this. So we'll put that into the board. And everything in the board looks fine for now. The flesh cutters, maybe. We do have a good amount of equipment right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 equipments. So that's pretty good. Lightbringer could be playable, but hopefully not. I'll keep it here for now. I'll just cut the red card. Doesn't really matter not playing any of that stuff. And let's see what we find in pack 3. Hello. Hello, the Eternal Wanderer. Okay. So how does this change our deck configuration? Probably not much. Just play a 6-mana Planeswalker and zero it a bunch of times, get a bunch of double strikers, and then they can never kill it. And you win the game, because it's the Eternal Wanderer. Seems good to me. Okay, this is a very, very difficult pick here. I said I want Dune Movers, but we have 0 interaction right now. And I think our first copy of Planar Disruption is more important. So I think I have to take the Planar Disruption, as much as I said I want Dune Mover. So I'm going to take the Planar Disruption here and hope we can find a Dune Mover in a different kind of pack. Interesting pick here between Sawblade Scamp, Basilica Shepherd, and Prosthetic Injector. The Injector doesn't seem bad. We have 2 1-drops already and 5 2-drops. This doesn't really count, and this doesn't really count. So we're not doing awful on this. What's our non-creature at? Really not great. Maybe 5 or 6 triggers for this. And then our curve for Shepherd. We've already got a bunch of Furnace Strides. I think I'm actually going to take the Injector here. Might be a good way to kind of push through some toxic damage here. Against all odds. Don't think this is an against all odds deck, but could be a pretty good Hazardous Blast deck. I'll go ahead and take my first copy of Hazardous Blast. Chimney Rabble number 4. Indoctrination Attendant is pretty good with Prosthetic Injector. It's pretty good with Fuseling, kind of. Skrelv, not bad, just because these are cheap cards. But I think I'll go ahead and take Chimney Rabble here. Ah, we got the Dune Mover. We got there. Awesome. That is a big add to the deck. Well, do you want 5 Chimney Rabbles? Or do we want a second Flensing Raptor now that we have 2 Duelists, an Injector, and a Dune Mover here? I think I'm going to stay away from the 5th Chimney Rabble and take the second Flensing Raptor. Ah, another Dune Mover, a Flensing Raptor number 3, Ravager on the splash, but I don't think that's very good because of our lack of oil counters. So I think I'm just going to take the Dune Mover number 2 and probably play it over Raptor number 3. I think that's okay. Jeez. Churning Reservoir, not bad with Axiom Engraver, Furnace Strider, Complete Devotion, not awful. Chimney Rabble number 5. I don't know. I probably should have taken Complete Devotion there. That's a tough pick. I don't exactly know on that one. Sawblade Scamp, maybe we play it. We'll have a couple deck building decisions to make here, but really excited I got double Dune Mover. That's exactly what I was looking for. Probably don't need the Lightbringer. I don't think this is really a Flesh Cutter deck. Everything else seems okay. This is 25. We'll see what we want to cut. Gosh, do we really? I think Splashing Luca is still just great. I mean, it's a great card. Maybe we don't need the Injector. We're probably not winning through Toxic. But you never know. So let's see. Probably only need one forest, and we'll figure out what to do over here. Alright, 5 Chimney Ravels, a Hexgold Hoverwings, and a Hazardous Blast in the 4-drop slot. That's 7 4-drops. Is this a 16 land deck? First of all, do we have any mana sinks? Kind of, with Double Halberd, Hoverwings, but if we don't re-equip these, it's not the end of the world. And that's our only mana sink, so with Double Dune Mover, we can ensure our 3rd land drop almost every time. So maybe something like this. And then one more cut. 5 Chimney Rebels can't be great, can it? What is the Fuseling exactly worded as? So, put into a graveyard from the battlefield. What about the Injector? I mean, I don't think this is an Injector deck. These are kind of creatures, this is kind of a creature, and then these are just insane bomb win cons. So now we have a forest, a Terramorphic Expanse, and double Dune Mover to put this forest on the top of our deck. No ways to mill ourselves. So if the forest finds its way to the graveyard, we're in trouble. But we don't have a way to mill ourselves. And there's not a lot of mill in this set from our opponent. So I think it'd probably be okay. We have 16 creatures, kind of 17, 18, almost 19 creatures. Sawblade Scamp has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 triggers, which is not outstanding, but fine. Double Flensing Raptor now that we have 4 2-drops with Toxic, but we have no reason to get them corrupted, so it still does give it +1/+1 and allow it to jump into the air, so that's not bad. 5 Chimney Rebels, I mean, that's a lot. Is there something that would be better? Probably not. Maybe just a random Skull Bomb to jump something into the air? 5 Rebels. I mean, they're good. They're good cards, so don't get me wrong. It might just be good enough. Yeah. I think I'm going to try this with 16 lands. I know we have a couple of 6-drops here, but we have two 5-drops and a 6-drop. But our deck kind of functions without the Eternal Wanderer, and if we ever get to play this, we just win on top of it. And then the Hazardous Blast ensures that we can push through the last bit of damage. So, yeah, I think you could technically build this without these 2 Planeswalkers, cut it to 16 and play like a Skull Bomb and a Flesh Cutter or something, or a Skull Bomb and a Lightbringer even. But, yeah, I think I'm going to run it back like this. Seems pretty good to me. Red-White Splashing Luca and double Planeswalker Bomb. We'll see if we can get our 4th trophy in 5 drafts. See you in Game 1. All right, we go first with a hand we're keeping. Now, the question is how to sequence this. Probably Expanse on 1, getting a Plains, Dune Mover on 2, putting our Forest on top is probably the best way to do this. Could also get the Forest. You know what, I'm just going to go ahead. I don't think it matters, but... Okay, turn 1 Injector. Don't like to see that. Double Chimney Rabble. What, it'd be a 5 in this deck? Jeez. Go ahead and get our last color here. Guarantee our land drops all the way to Luca. Chimney Rabble on 4, Luca on 5, and then probably win. Oh, boo. Jeez, Chimney Rabble Tribal. So I could play this for the completed cost. It would cost me 2 life, and it would come in with 3 loyalty. We don't have a guarantee to hit our 5th land drop, but the thing is, if we don't hit our 5th land drop, we have plays for days. So we're just going to get on in there. Okay, they'll trade. Contagious Vorak, equip, and it's a 3/5. Yeah, well, that kind of holds us back a little bit. Alright, they found their splash, and they're playing Shieldred's Headcleaver. Okay. Well, let's get this going. Yeah, that'll work. And let's just, keep creating a bunch of 3/3s that block. Land next turn, we can empty our hand, and then keep going. That's not great on this board with our 2/1/1s. Let's hope Luca survives here and doesn't die to a Planeswalker removal spell in the hand. Okay, that's also fine against our board. Awesome, no plays. Just go ahead and keep making some 3/3s here. Oof. It's a big boy, that's for sure.
Sinew and steel.
Can't be blocked, so I can... Don't really have good uses for this. What if I attacked everything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They would take a minimum of 5. They've got good cards, that's for sure. Hazardous Blast off the top basically wins. I mean, they do keep holding up 3 mana here, which is concerning. That's a flyer, which is not good. But you know what? 5 mana make 5 3/3s? That's also not horrible. Alright, so is there any way to protect Luca? The answer to that is no. So we have to cash it in here.
Next time you die.
They keep holding up the same mana here and have something. I don't know what it is. It's nothing on board, so it's something in hand. So we have to be careful here. Again, if we attacked, if everything 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I mean, we have Hazardous Blast in our deck, so until they do something else here and get rid of whatever the heck is this instant in their hand that I don't like. Okay. Maybe it was just Vraska's Fall. That's an instant, right? Yeah, could just been that. They might not have any better use for it. Okay, making that a 2/4 flyer with Toxic 1 makes sense. And then at some point that gets Death Touch and Lifelink. Well, speak of the devil. Yeah, let's do it. Hazardous Blast is just ridiculous, y'all. If you draw it at the right time, it's just complete game over. Hello, Dune Mover, and thank you for saving this hand. We will be unable to get our green, he says as he draws Luca. We're gonna have to get a white. Unless we draw a white, then we can get a green. But we didn't, so let's go ahead and take action. And put the planes on top. Flensing Raptor next. Attack with Dune Mover. Have a blocker against Watcher here, so we'll see if they counter it. But it's the only play we can make, so we'll go ahead and just play it. Alright, get on in there. Hit them for 3. They get a poison, and let's see what their follow-up is. Transplant Theorist. Okay. It's a good blocker against Chimney Rabble here. Now I think I'm going to go Flensing Raptor and Skrelv, and they're going to be in a world of hurt. Okay. No way to play Luca, but we have a Hasty Chimney Rabble. They're at 12 already, and 2 blockers, 2 flying attackers they can't block profitably at the moment. Okay. That's fine. So I can pay the 1 here. Make that unable to be blocked by blue. Attack for both. They go to 8. I can also just pay 2 life. Play Chimney Rabble. But we won't be attacking with this. My thought is pay 1 white. Play Planar Disruption on the Theorist. And Exuberant Fusiling. And then that pushes a ton of damage here. Next turn we can Rabble and potentially have an attack. I know this still gets value while sitting on the battlefield, even though if I Planar Disruption it. Pay the white. Can't be blocked by blue creatures. I'm hesitant to want to Planar Disruption the Theorist. Let's see what they decide to do here if they chump the Flensing Raptor first. That's what I thought they might do. Okay, so they go to 8. And we have... Again, I know they get value out of having that still in the battlefield, but, like, we have a couple of plays here that are going to be pretty good. Okay. Well, that's also pretty good. What if I played Chimney Rabble attack with everything? They block the Chimney Rabble, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go to 4. This gets a counter. Yeah, we're going to have to find a way to push through the damage here. We do have Hazardous Blast. I could also just play it slow and use Skrelv, paying life to get Chimney Rabble through here. You know what? I think that's better. Maybe that's wrong, and I should have just gone through and put him to 4, but... Okay, so Skrelv down. Now I have to attack out, right? Although if they have priority, which they're going to have priority because of the Dross Pits, but if they kill something in response, like if I attack everything, they kill this, they eat this, they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, which is still pretty good for us. So let's just swing out. Let's see if they have an answer. If they don't have an answer, they take 4, 5, 6, 7. They die. So, yeah, and they're dead. Okay, so. Went for Lethal and got it. Yeah, this is going pretty good so far. Alright, pretty good hand here. Keep it. Termorphic Expanse probably finding white, unless we draw it off the top here. Which we didn't. So we're going to have to find white, and then the Dune Mover will have to find our green. Alright, to lead on... Well... I don't know when I'm going to want to play this after this. Problem is, this doesn't block the Fusiling well, but it does block the Steward well. I'm probably okay taking 1 from the Fusiling at the expense of finding our green. And then we're just set. We've got action. I mean, next turn we can play either one of these, then this, and we're guaranteed all of that. So we have action here. Happy to trade this off for Steward if they will let me. Or for a combat trick, for that matter. Or a Volt Charge, I guess. Okay. I'm going to play the 2-2 because it can trade with the Steward if it needs to. It could trade with either of them. So they might be disincentivized to attack here. We are on the back foot, so we have to be a little bit careful. That's fine. All of the oil in the world. Awesome, we held them back. That was our goal. So now we're just going to play a defensive Chimney Rabble here and see who draws their Hazardous Blast first, I guess, right? Okay, don't care about that. Kind of do, only because they can proliferate, so we'll have to keep that in mind with the Fusiling if we make a block here, but I think we'll be alright. Okay, holding them back again. Alright, Strider or Rabble plus Fusiling here. think this is better as a blocking plan, which we're probably on right now. We're just waiting to find one of our 3 bombs. One of them being Hazardous Blast, because at some point we'll be able to use that to win. We also need another white for the Wanderer here, but Luca, we're free to cast once we find it, so... Okay. I mean, do you really need, like, 18 oil, I guess? The Fuseling is good, but I can still just trade it and take some damage. Okay, I can still trade for that too. Good God, you got some oil for days here. $16 oil on the battlefield right now. Yeah, doing this and holding the mountain, it's going to be a slow grind to get the engraver down and to pitch the mountain here, but we don't need another mountain at all. So... yeah, just have to pass. We're stalling out here. We have 15 damage on the battlefield with a Hazardous Blast. And they have 12. So Hazardous Blast off the top for them doesn't kill us. Now it does. This attacks as a 7/3 trample. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh god. Attacks as a 9/5 trample next turn. That is pretty darn good. I don't know how I'm blocking a 9/5. Probably a Rabble and the Rebel token? We have to kill it, for sure. God. They searched their draft for the word oil and took every card that was associated with it. If they find a land now, they might play it and use the Steward, but maybe not. I think the Cackler's coming in. Oh no, okay, alright. Not bad. So Free from Flesh gives this +4/+3 specifically. So if we attack with this and use that, I mean, it's going to be a 5/4. So it would trade with this or this, which is just a 2-for-1. So I don't think we can attack. I mean, we could re-equip over here. I'm not doing anything else. I'd like to start pushing some damage so a Hazardous Blast can kill them. So I'm going to go ahead and attack with this here. And the Free from Flesh permanently buffs its power, and it also just kills anything they block with here. Yeah, even if it's an engraver. Do they also have a combat trick? Or are they just going to loot? Yeah, they're just going to loot. Okay. Alright. Okay. Pushing through a little bit. This thing gets bigger. Yes, it does. And end the turn. I feel like they have us on the ropes. If they would just be attacking, we can't do a lot about it. I mean, this thing, again, this is a 7-3. And with this pump would be a 9-5 trample. And this is a 6-1 trample. So, like, they have 15 points of trample damage right now. They're just not using it. Yeah, here it comes. Alright. This tells me probably combat trick, but I can't really afford to be double blocking this stuff. So if I did this, I'm taking 4 and 5. So I'm taking 9 if I did this. They have a combat trick that can push an extra 6 damage. The answer to that is probably no. But they probably do have a combat trick that can save at least one of these creatures. But I just have to make them use it. I mean... if it's Titanic Growth, the only way I can't guarantee trading with that unless I put Furnace Strider and a 1-1 in front of it. And if it's Titanic Growth over here, same thing. So, I don't know how to play around these combat tricks here. I guess I'll just plan to take 9, get it out of their hand, and then see what I can find off the top for me. Okay, that's fine. Alright, they found at least one. Deciding which one they want to save here. Looks like it'll be the Fusiling. Oh. Does that kill us then? So 9, 4... No, we got a 1. I didn't think of Free from Flesh. Okay. Or 2, I guess. Very clearly have to Planar Disruption the Fusiling now. As an 11-powered attacker. Yeah, we have to do this here. We can get in with our Fusiling, I think. We have a ton of blockers here. They don't have any trample currently. We still have 6 blockers back. We're at 2, so that's not lethal. This has First Strike and Trample, so I think we can push a little bit. And end the turn here. Wondering if I need to pitch the Raptor or not. That can't be good news for us, whatever's going on here. Or they just forgot it can't attack, maybe? I don't know. Oh, do they have Nahiri's Sacrifice? Oh, that would be a problem. If they have Nahiri's Sacrifice, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, they could basically wipe our whole board. No, I guess they just forgot. Okay, now do we pitch Raptor? What can it jump into the air right now? It can jump a Duelist to Deep Faith? I think I'll keep it. Hello? Hello there, Hazardous Blast. Do they have Hexgold Slash? Looks like they do. Okay. Okay. Do we still have lethal? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have exactly lethal. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, unless they have a single green card that can make their creatures be able to block or kill a creature, think we got it. Hazardous Blast for the win, man. Got it. Wow. Hazardous Blast is ridiculous. It's so bad in some spots and just straight wins you the game in many other spots, as it has twice already for us this draft. All right, we go first, and Dune Mover MVP once again. I'm going to keep because we have Dune Mover on 2, into a Plains, and then Duelist or Halberd or Rabble on 4. I mean, we got some things here. This card has just been quite good. I've been very impressed with this card in the format. Well, now we can go get a green here, and then have guaranteed Rabbles on 4. We have top decks for Luca, and all kinds of things. So a red-green. Another exuberant Fuseling, you say? Alright, well, I'd be willing to trade. They are not. Because this gives trample, I think we're not really a corrupted deck. This is just a pretty good attacker. Whichever one of these I don't play right now is not getting played for a while here. So I think I'm just going to lead on this, play Rabble next turn, and hopefully still have attacks with it. I can't imagine they have a 3-drop that makes Chimney Rabble unable to attack. It just trades with that, which is not great, but Flensing Raptor jumping the Dune Mover here. Or Chimney Rabble attacking into the 3-1 and trading. This is good attacking on subsequent turns. If they swing out with their Rebel, then Chimney Rabble next turn would be pretty good. It's not the most mana efficient play, but I think I'm actually going to Flensing Raptor here. And then get in with both. It's still a pretty aggressive play. They're probably incentivized to attack with this, which could mean that the Chimney Rabble has good attacks next turn. So that could be pretty good for us. Hopefully no X4. Yeah, so they did attack. They obviously have a combat trick. No reason to block. We win this race pretty easily. Unless they have like triple free from flesh or something, and then this thing becomes like a... Oh, they have Infectious Bite. Oh, Blazing Crescendo. Into a card they can't cast. They are looking to push some damage. That's okay though. Again, we have a rabble on the back side here. I think they have Infectious Bite. Yeah, there it is. That's probably okay. So we'll go ahead and get in here, leave the 1/1 back to block their 3/1. They're down to 6, and we have another rabble as well. Hopefully they do not have a forest. Good. Can't play the troll. Okay. Alright, so they obviously have something here. Luca can only... I mean, it can -4 to kill one of these things and attack. So if we -4... It's not lethal, because we play Luca, we -4, we kill this, we attack with everything, they go to 1. But clearly they also just have something. So my thought is attack with everything, play Luca post-combat, make it 3/3, and then I don't really see how we can lose from that spot. So let's just get in here and see what sort of tricks they have. If they trade the 3/1 for the rabble, whatever. And then probably block the Dune Mover here. Can't really go to 1, can you? Or are they just going to kill the Dune Mover with a Hex Gold Slash? No. Yeah, makes sense. Alright, here comes the combat trick. Okay. That's fine. Because now all we have to do is play Luca, pay with mana, make a 3/3, and now they're dead so many different ways. Sure. I can get rid of Luca, but I don't need to do that. So 5, 6, 7. Let's actually just play more creatures here.
I am the Alpha.
Block, 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 go to 1. Or 2, potentially, if they just let this one through. They can eat the 2/2, but they kind of have to block these. So, yeah, they go to 1 here. Play a Duelist. Still have a Chimney Rabble. That's probably game. Okay. That's fine. And there we go. 4-0. Let's see if we can continue the streak here. Into Plat again. Hello, Platinum. Been a while. Alright, we go again with Dune Mover MVP. I mean, how many times can I say that? This card has just brought this deck together. I mean, if this was any other card here, if this was just like a random 2-mana white card, this would be a very suspect keep. Alright, what's up with our mana here? Might have to get out and back in. Might see y'all in a moment. All right, well, bad news and a little bit more bad news. I hit the wrong button and stopped recording. I also passed through my first turn because we did in fact lose connection. But here we are much later in the game. Accept the board state as it is. This is what we're dealing with for now. So we're going to go ahead and get in here with our flyer. Our opponent's deck so far has been like mono removal. Whisper, Anoint, Double Drown and Nicker, Annihilating Glare, Nimrazer Paladin getting back their creatures. They've just been like killing everything we've played here. But yeah, so Hexgold Hoverwings re-equipping, probably worth it here. Just to give +1/+0 to the Engraver and passing back. Can block both of these profitably. It will block everything profitably, honestly. I mean, we trade the Head Cleaver for 2 1/1s if they attacked. Yeah, so we did in fact lose connection earlier, and I went to go ahead and close out of the game and turned off the recording. And had to keep playing. So by the time I got in, I had passed through my first turn, so we were playing this 1 turn fewer than our opponent here, unfortunately. But it is what it is. We'll see if we can squeak out the win. These certainly don't help, I'll tell you that. Well, got nothing else to do, so let's send it back. We have the Eternal Wanderer in the deck. Haven't seen it yet in our hand. Boy, are they flooding out, but so are we, so who cares? Oh, they have something now. Okay. Well, they did it and passed it back, so it looks like they might have Annihilating Glare. Let's see if they can deal with it here. Or not Annihilating Glare. Another Anoint with Affliction. No, alright, they're just passing through. They do have something, though, so we will have to keep that in mind. If they don't have an answer to this, then any non-creature off the top wins because of Sawblade Scamp, but I feel like they have an answer to this, so maybe we can find Hazardous Blast. All of this has Toxic as well, so we're already at 4 poison. I'm gonna have to watch out a little bit. If they kill the Engraver here, don't know how I block. Man, they really are flooding. Oh, how much I would like to cast you, but cannot. Alright, well, sure. Let's just keep doing this same thing over and over again, why not? Do they kill it now? They have to, right? They can't leave them dead to a Sawblade Scamp, so they have to kill this 3/2. Holy heck. Certainly a good one. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be tough here. Gosh. Both of these have Toxic too. There's so much Toxic on the other side right now. Man, if I had just not missed my first turn, that'd be great. forest off the top would be outstanding. I think we have to do this. They're still dead to Hazardous Blast here. Okay. Alright, well, that's all we got. So... not dead to toxic, not dead to regular damage either. Unless they have removal, then we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toxic, which is not dead. So... maybe we're okay here? One, two, three, four, 5 toxic. If they drew a way to give us a poison counter, like... well, they could force a draw here. If they drew that card that's like, draw 2 cards and give your opponent a poison counter. That would force a draw. Because it also loses 2 life. But if I just chump this here, 1, 2, 3, 4, we go to 8 poison... but if they have removal for this, then we lose, basically. But if I do this... I'm trying to think of ways that they could give us 1 poison counter in black-green that also don't kill them here. Well, here's the thing. If we don't block, whatever we go to equip this on, if they kill it, we will then die. So maybe it's worth just playing around that, because either they have removal for Engraver or they don't. And if they do, they win. If they don't, they lose. That's pretty much the simple version of it. Or they could have a flyer in hand, which would also allow them to win here. This is tough. Go to 8 poison. They didn't have an instant. Do they have a flyer? Contagious Forac. They had a way to proliferate. Ooh. Thank God we chumped. Wow. That's crazy. Woof. Well, I'm glad you got to see the end of it there. We still managed to win. Yeah, so proliferate, that was the other way. They could have also sacrificed their Blightbelly Rat to something to proliferate that last poison, but thank God we blocked. You gotta play, if there's no reason to take the damage, don't take the damage. Alright, we go first again, with the fine hand. We'll keep it. Turn Morphic Expanse into one of these 2 here. Into hopefully more land to play a Chimney Rabble. I think I have to play Axiom Engraver here. Because if we miss a land drop next turn, that's pretty bad. I have to lead on Engraver in case we miss a land drop. Don't like having Hazardous Blast in the opening hand. That's a tricky one. I think the play is definitely Dune Mover. Then the question is, do we use Axiom Engraver now to guarantee our land drop this turn? That way Chimney Rabble could potentially come down next turn. I think yes. That's a tough one, though. Gotta hit those land drops. Because even if we miss the land drop next turn, we still have a play. So that's good. Yikes. If they attack, do I block? I thought it's because I have Hazardous Blast in hand to not block, because that'll die eventually. But this is a race I probably don't win. So I think I'm blocking. Alright, Hazardous Blast. I don't think this is the game for you. Yeah, this is about the only way we could lose here. We've been on a roll, and, you know, sometimes magic gonna magic on you here. Gotta take 7 now. Not a race we win, gotta hold it back. Well, I didn't see that they got priority, so I guess we just trade. Mirren Bardiche, yeah. That will likely kill us next turn with this stupid thing. Because it also gives Vigilance double strike. I don't know how to deal with that. That will certainly probably be the end of it for us. All they have to do is just equip this thing, and it's a 4/3 Vigilance double strike. Do we have to race here and try to just keep chumping and racing? Doesn't have trample, does it? Guess we do this. Okay. The race is on, I suppose. Still have 4 cards in hand. I don't really see us winning this one here. Bladehold War Whip. That'd be a great card in our deck. So would the Eternal Wanderer, but man, that's been hiding. Slow bad. Well, we can cast everything from our hand. Sounds about right. Ah. Should have done the fuseling first. That's definitely my fault. Planar Disruption here, Duelist of Deep Faith here. So the fuseling should have an extra oil on it, but... oh well. Luca's a good top deck here. I mean, 6/4 Vigilance. Yep. It's not a great top deck. I mean, it's fine. I'm not going to turn down a Luca. 6/4 Vigilance. All right, dude. Sure. Just an endless stream of chump blockers. We're going to win through Hex Gold. Never mind. We're going to win through nothing. Alright. Well, yep. Sure. We're going to win through Hex Gold. Never mind. The old Hex Gold. Never mind, you know? Okay, well. Here come Chump Block City from us. Come on. There you go. Chumps for days. It's supposed to have first strike. This also has double strike, but at least it can trade. Now, we do die to removal here, but we have to get a little... Now, if they don't block, we win. 5, 6, 7. Oh, no. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? What is wrong with me? Guys, sometimes you punt. Where did my math go wrong on that? Look, it happens to the best of us. Sometimes all you can do is just kind of laugh. What did I do wrong? +2, +2. So it was 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I added the +2, +2 twice. Guys, sometimes you just gotta laugh at yourself. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. It happens. Let's try to see if we can find the trophy here. Okay, we go first again. Engraver, Raptor, Rabbles. That's fine. I mean, 2, 3, 4. You're not really going to mulligan that in this format, especially on the play. Doom Mover on 2 would be outstanding. Also, the Eternal Wanderer just needs to make an appearance. Just, it's been hiding the whole time. Haven't seen it. Okay. Alright, well, I guess we're trading for a combat trick here. Well, maybe we don't, because we have Free from Flesh in hand, so... maybe we just wait. We can afford to take one here. They might have also just had Hexgold Slash, which if it's that, this is not a great play for us, but we can't just not do anything. So let's see if it's Slash. Looks like it is. Okay, I mean... oh, they have 2 Slashes. Oh, they also have another Free from Flesh. Okay, alright. They've got all kinds of things in hand here. They might be mono red, or they may be mana screwed. We're about to find out. Okay, no blocks. Down goes Chimney Rabble. Think I'm just trying to race here. Again, we are Chimney Rabble Tribal. You should know this. I think they also have a free from flesh, so we're gonna have to figure out how to use ours here. Alright, so I can save that, but then what I think they're gonna do is they're gonna block a Chimney Rabble with the Scamp, free from flesh, and then kill the other Rabble and eat a 1/1. But they'll have to take 5 to do that. Well, yeah, I'll have to take at least 3. I think they have free from flesh themselves, so yeah, I'm gonna save it here. And then I think the Scamp is gonna do some blocks. Oh, well, now I could just trade with Aspirant, I guess. Could also just trade with Scamp now. That wasn't great. Wasn't a great trade for us. So I think they're going to go ahead and eat. Yeah, they do use it on that one. Okay. Yeah, now we're just left with a couple 1/1s and things. But their Scamp is gone, so that's good. Don't need that. I don't think it's worth trying to get our green right now. Now, I'll regret that if we top deck Luca. But I don't really want to draw another land next turn. So I'm actually just going to decline. Is it worth pushing 3 damage at the expense of one of our creatures here? They go to 5. They don't have any plays on 4, so they could have a Furnace Strider in hand, which means next turn they play a Furnace Strider. We attack with everything. They block these 2. They go to 1. They go to 2. I think it is worth pushing extra damage here. They eat our Scamp, but they go to 5. We have a lot of outs in the deck here. Full Shock Splitter. Okay. That's not one of them. Question is, do I need to get rid of that, or do I use it for our green? This is also... So if we get green, then Eternal Wanderer and Luca are both great top decks for us. But if we pitch this and get Wanderer, and pull Wanderer or Luca off the top, we can't cast either of them. Alright, I think I'll just go ahead and send it back then. Alright, here comes Furnace Strider. No plays on 5 either. Alright. That is not it. That is not it. Near Convert, that's fine. There's Luca. Three. Alright, I think we just start making 1/1s here, or making 3/3s, I mean, instead of minusing. Because if we minus and kill something, attack with everything, they just go to 2. So we'll just go ahead and start making 3/3s. Alright, thank you, Luca. The Eternal Wanderer still needs to make an appearance. We are going into game number 8 here. Haven't seen it in our hand once. Let's try to find it. Hello, Dune Mover. I mean, I'm just going to keep keeping hands that have Dune Mover and 1 color of mana. I love this card. It has saved so many of our opening hands here. Like, it's wild. So if you're on the fence about Dune Mover and watching this draft video and still here, thank you. Thank you for still being here. And on the fence still, put Dune Mover in more of your decks. I think you'll be surprised. All right, red-green. Okay, hello. Dune Mover on your side. Okay, get on in there. Land off the top would be great. Holdotha Cackler. Yep. There we go. Hoverwings or Rabble here. I'm going to Rabble because what's going to happen potentially is if we draw a land, we play Furnace Strider, give it haste. Next, the following turn, we play Hoverwings and maybe Duelist if we draw 2 lands in a row, and give this one haste as well. So, both of those things are good for us. And if we don't draw a land, we just play Hoverwings this next turn, and we got an extra 3 points of damage with Rabble, so it's not bad. Incubation Sac, that's good. May not quite save you. It's a little slow, but we'll see. Alright, well, what if we just did that? Alright, now do we attack with everything here? So, the Dune Mover doesn't have good blocks, but we would be throwing away a Dune Mover at the expense of getting in 9 points of damage. I think they have, I think they have Volt Charge here, so that would mean we would get 6 points of damage, and the Chimney Rabble would die. The Dune Mover would die. If they have Volt Charge, they kill this, they eat that, they take 5, potentially. 6, maybe, depending if they want to chump with this or trade with the 1/1. We've got haste coming. I think I'm going to hold back the Dune Mover here and see if they just want to Volt Charge a Chimney Rabble or not. It might be Free from Flesh as well, and if that's it, then I wish I would have attacked with this one. Blazing Crescendo, okay, yeah. I mean, it's a combat trick, so it is what it is. Probably should have attacked. I mean, obviously hindsight's 20/20, so should have done whatever, but yeah, probably got to play the Halberd, and then what's your other play? That means you can't play the Sack, or can't use your Incubation Sack this turn. Land off the top is good for Furnace Strider. Still passing, though. And you know what? I think this time I am just going to swing with everything. I regretted doing it not doing it last time. So I think this time we're just going in with everything here. And if the Furnace Strider dies, we play a 3/2 flyer next turn, along with the 2/2 first strike. But we can't give it haste, but I mean, it's probably still good enough. Okay. Okay, another Blazing Crescendo, but you take 6 to do that. Titanic Growth. Okay, yeah, I mean, sure, you're down to 1 now. So you're dead to this. You're dead to this, and if you can deal with that, you're dead to this the following turn. So you have 2 things you got to deal with here. We also have like 3 more Chimney Rabbles we could top deck. Alright, and we got there. 7-1, that is 4 out of 5 trophies in our last 5 drafts. And this is a 7-1 due solely to my massive punt in one of the games. Again, sometimes you gotta laugh at yourself. I've mentioned so many times on this channel, I'm not a perfect player, you're not a perfect player, and you just gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you miscalculate. You've done it, I know you've done it. Don't tell me in comments you haven't done it. But you just gotta do what you gotta do to get those wins. And I even timed out and had to miss a first turn and pass my first turn and still managed to win that game 7-1 with an insane deck and never saw the Eternal Wanderer. Is it still here? It is still here. Well, you know, we didn't even need it. The deck was good enough without it. Luca won his 3 games. Hazardous Blast won his 3 games. It was great. I hope you enjoyed this one here today. And we're going to try to continue this trophy streak because we are on a roll. Thanks so much for sticking around at the end of this video. And I will see you next time for your daily draft.